फिर जब दूसरा मेंस मैंने दिया था तो मुझे लगा कि मुझे कुछ और इम्प्रूव करने की जरूरत है, तो मैंने बाजार से लुकमान आईएएस के अंसारी सर के नोट्स मैंने लिए और फिर उन्हीं को मैंने अपना प्राइमरी सोर्स रखा। केस स्टडी के लिए मैंने 2021 में लुकमान आईएएस का केस स्टडी वाला मॉड्यूल ज्वाइन किया था, ऑनलाइन क्लासेस जयपुर से ही। तो उसमें सर ने केसेस को हैंडल करना अच्छे से सिखाया।
Hello friends, my name is Sameer Goel. I have secured a AI rank of 222 in this year's civil service examination. First of all, I want to thank the Delhi Knowledge Track team for giving an opportunity to interact with you all. The reason topic that I will cover in this video is about time management. Now, I am not an expert in time management, but since I have been a working aspirant for last 7 years, I have been working as an officer in the Reserve Bank of India. So, despite working full time in a prestigious organization, in an officer cadre, I am still able to clear the examination. So, I was requested by the team to share my views on the time management, that how I manage my time, and that helped me to secure a good rank in this examination. So now, firstly, you have to understand the time that you have. To manage time, you have to understand what time you have. So my was a 8-hour job. Plus, if you see the travel time and all, it's like 8.5-9 hours. So out of 24 hours in the weekdays, you have 15 hours. In 15 hours also, 2 hours you can count for miscellaneous activities. So now you have only 13 hours. So first thumb rule was that I never slept more than 6 hours. So when you are not sleeping more than 6.5 hours, you have another 6.5-7 hours to your disposal. So now you have this 6 to 7 hours at your disposal. Now you have to manage the time into that. Now, so my routine was like, in the morning I used to wake up at around 7:30, freshen up by 8 o'clock and have my tea and all. Before going to office, I used to study for 1 hour. That is my routine. Every day I used to study for 1 hour 15 minutes, something like that. So whatever I am studying, I used to study GS in the weekdays. So I used to study whatever topic I have decided to study for the day. And then while going to the office, I used to see this website called Insights on India. It has this daily answer writing challenge that they do. So I used to look at all the 5 to 6 questions that they used to give in the day. Just look at the questions. And during the day, I made a point to analyze those questions. I used to frame mind mapping those answers. Like if I have question from GS1, what I will write from that. If I have question from GS2, what I will write, what articles I will quote, what Supreme Court judgments I will quote into that question. For GS3, what data I have for the questions. For GS4 in the case studies, what examples I can quote. Can I see something around me happening in the same manner as mentioned in the case study? Or what essay further points I can use into that. So I used to frame my questions throughout the day, frame the answers to that question throughout the day. And the evening when I used to come back, I used to just scroll the answers that people have written. Like I was not able to do that a lot because many people are writing the answers. I used to see the source from where the question was picked. It may be like from a newspaper, it may be from a recent report, it may be from the PYQs. So I used to look at the source and try to read the article. Like if they have quoted from a Hindu article, I used to read those articles also. And after coming from office, I used to take a bit of rest, and then I used to read the newspaper. Sometime I used to read physical newspaper, sometime online I used to read. For half an hour, 45 minutes, I used to read the newspapers. And when I am reading the newspapers, I used to also write one answer every day. So after 6 questions, whatever I feel I want to write, I wrote one answer every day. And I used to analyze that how I have written and what are the areas of improvement. After that, around 9:30, I used to have my dinner. After dinner, I used to talk to my parents and home, and then I used to study for again 4 to 5 hours. So from 10, if you see, I used to study till 2:30. So my daily study hours were around 5 to 6 hours in the weekdays. And after that, I used to take sleep and again wake up in the morning at 7:30. And so this was my routine during the weekdays. During my weekends, when they were free, I was not in the office, I used to study my optional. And weekends are the most productive days for a working aspirant. I was people wait for weekend for partying. For me, that was a most important part of my preparation. So I used to study 10 to 12 hours on the weekend, if possible at least 8 hours. So I need to give to the weekends on the weekend to study my optional. And during the weekend I also used to solve papers. Like if I want to write a mains paper, I used to write a 3-hour mains paper into that, get it scanned, get it checked there. And also if I want to write a prelims paper, I used to write a prelims paper also on the weekends. Now this is my routine on the weekends. Now when the exam comes, I always used to look for leaves, that okay, when the exam comes, at least 15 days back I used to look for leaves. And for prelims I took I think 15 days leave, and for mains again I took a 1 month leave, if I can remember correctly, around that much only. So then in that time I used to study 12 to 14 hours. I cannot say how much productive they were, because you cannot measure the productivity as such, but by clock they were around 12 to 14 hours. And you have to study like there is no tomorrow. Like you have to make sure that you clear the exam in whatever attempt you are giving. That was my idea to start with. Something that I want to say for the working aspirants is that first of all, you have to be in the flow. In my preparation of around 1200 days, I cannot find a zero study day. There have not been a day when I didn't study. Every day at least I read the newspaper, at least, if not possible something more. And there are also like 5 to 10 days only where I just read the newspaper. Apart from that, I studied every day. I still remember I gave my 2020 mains and I took only 1 day rest, and I again started for next year prelims, because I knew I have not done very well in my mains and not able to clear for this show. So there were no rest days till 12th March 2024, till I had my interview. I never had a 0 day. So I prepared rigorously till that point. That is very important. Secondly, try to use the time in the office. Like you may not be, I am not saying that you should not do the office work. You should do the office work very responsibly, very diligently, because you are getting paid for that. But at the same time, whenever you are having lunch, you may be sitting a bit idle 5-10 minutes. Try to recall. Like I used to recall what I studied in the morning, what I studied yesterday. So this recalling will help you increasing your memory power. Like what you do in the examination, you get to remember that. Like in the examination also, you have to remember the points in a very short amount of time. So this habit actually helped me a lot. And at the same time, you get motivated enough that okay, you are utilizing your time. You develop a sense of satisfaction that you have used your time, you have used your energy in a very productive manner. This is very important. Thirdly, don't brag about this preparation in the office. People will be knowing that you are giving the examination and you are cleared prelims, you have cleared mains, but don't brag about it. Just be very soft spoken on that. Nothing to be vocal about. You are preparing just for an exam, nothing different you are doing. And never share your plans with others. Like prepare in silence. If somebody asks you like how the preparation going, you can say decent. No need to say that it's going very good or it's going very bad. I am in a very bad state of mind. You may be in that, but try to be very normal and very composed and calm into that. Fourthly, always have the trust of your bosses. Try to develop a rapport with them. Try to tell them about your plans, that why you want to do civil services, why you want to switch the job, so that they are prepared for your leaves. Like whenever you are asking for leave, they should be prepared. Lastly, I will say I didn't take. I think missed around 10 to 12 marriage function during the last 4 years. My friends, they were very disappointed I didn't come. But see, you cannot take leaves for everything. If you take leaves for exam, you cannot take leaves for your marriages, or you cannot take leave for going for holidays. So you have to sacrifice that. Despite being earning so much in the RBI, I never spent that money. I was spending my hours in studying. So that actually helped me in saving the money also. That is also a point. But yes, self-control is very important. I just turned off social media because on the weekends people are going partying, they are going to different places, and I am studying. So social media should not let me lose my productivity. So that is something that I stayed very much away from. It's a personal choice. Some people may do it while doing that, some may leave it. I didn't find it so interesting to keep me engrossed into that. So I left it apart, and I just was on WhatsApp and Telegram groups. I was there. No Instagram, no Facebook. My accounts were there, but not active on that. So this is how, like, as a working aspirant, you have less time. But at the same time, you have to understand that on the D day, like this year prelims paper was very tough, but I had this confidence that I have a very good job. So this confidence actually helped me in increasing 10 to 15 marks. You can't understand those facts, but you actually are living that fact. Coming to the interview also, the jobs helps you a lot. It actually reduces the syllabus, because if you are not in a job, they can ask random things, but you give them a direction through your job, that okay, I am working in the RBI, so they ask question about monetary policy, they ask question about economy, about world economy, what is going on. So you give them a direction, and that direction helps you reducing the preparation load. I will not say it will increase your marks or decrease your marks, I am not sure on that, but at least it will give you more composed. And that is the feedback that I get from many coaching institutes, that I was very composed that time. People were like half रहे होते हैं वो तो कि कैसे क्या prepare करें, but I was very composed by that. In this, just to conclude, I want to also stress the importance of plan B. I had my plan B ready before my plan A. My plan A was always civil services, but I secured a job in RBI. I became independent so that I can give my dedication to this exam. I'm not saying having plan B is important. Some people don't have it. It's not required for some people. I had it because of my own reasons for being independent, not for monetary or financial reasons that my family cannot afford my preparation. It is not like that. They supported me in everything, but it's my own choice that I want to have a plan B. Secondly, having a plan B that you can continue with forever. There is no point in preparing with a job and then leaving the job also if you don't clear. So I was prepared that if I don't clear, I will still work with RBI for the rest of my life. Even if I don't get a top 4 to 5 services, I will stick with RBI only. So that was a very clear mind. So have a job that you can do forever. That is as good as a civil services. Job in RBI is as good as civil services. I can say it very responsibly today after completing 7 years in the institution. So just be honest to yourself. Do the office work very honestly. Don't try to steal the time there. Do whatever work you have in the office in a time-bound manner, and come home peacefully, and then study as much as you can, and have faith in yourself. Like, you may have to take extra years, maybe it may happen, but then it's okay. At the end of the time, you should be able to clear that, and I'm able to clear the examination. So this is what from my side about time management and plan B. If any doubts you have, I'm always reachable in the comment section, and we can discuss on that. Thank you.